Hey everyone, welcome back to the Flesh and Blood YouTube channel. We've got another Armory Deck battle for you. I'm going to be playing Maxx Nitro.
And I'm going to be playing Gravy Bones, the first ever pirate Necromancer Flesh and Blood has ever seen. So as Gravy Bones, I'm going to be generating gold, chucking my allies into the grave, and then pulling them back out of the watery grave, raising an undead pirate crew to overwhelm Karol and steal a victory.
Yeah, as Maxx Nitro, I'm going to be trying to play out some hyperdrivers, boost some crankshafts, stack up those items, and then turn my Banksy into a bank breaker, smash Uhyoung in the face, and maybe clear some allies as well.
So what do you say, Karol? Shall we set sail for the mat?
Yar!
Let's have a look at Gravy Bones and some of the basic mechanics of the deck. Firstly, Gravy Bones, Shipwrecked Looter. His ability reads instant. Tap, destroy a gold you control, draw a card, then discard a card. And the second ability is, if a blue card has been put into your graveyard this turn, you may play cards with Watery Grave from your graveyard. That may not make a whole lot of sense at the moment, but let me walk you through it. Secondly, his equipment, Compass of Sunken Depths. It reads, instant, tap, look at the top card of your deck. Its second ability is, the first card with Watery Grave you play from your graveyard each turn gets Go Again. It's important to look at the second abilities of both Gravy Bones and his equipment. What this essentially means is, in each of your turns, as long as you've played a blue card or a blue card has entered your graveyard this turn, you can play allies from your graveyard. And your compass will give the first ally you play Go Again. So let's have a look at an ally. Example is Uhyoung, Heart of Gold. It pitches for 2, it costs 0 to play, it attacks for 3, and it has 1 life. You might also notice that ally cards have life instead of a defense value. This means these cards are unable to block. And this is a Pirate Necromancer action-ally. So, much like other action cards in this game, playing this card will use your action point. So it doesn't have Go Again. So that's where the Compass of Sunken Depths comes in handy. If this ally is played from your graveyard, the first ally you play each turn gets Go Again. So you can play the ally and swim with it or play a different card. If, for example, I play Uhyoung from my hand, paying 0, it will use up my action point and my turn will end. So if these allies don't block, how do we get them into the graveyard? Let's have a look at a few examples from the deck. Cards like Jittery Bones and Restless Bones allows you to discard an ally from your hand or from the top of your deck to get them into the graveyard. Cards like Portside Exchange and Golden Tipple also allow you to put allies from your hand into the graveyard, but also draw a card back up and generate gold tokens, which can be used to activate Gravy's hero ability. So let's walk through putting an ally into the grave and getting it onto the board. Let's play a simple Gravy turn. Step 1, play a blue card. Play Jittery Bones, which reads, when this attacks, you may discard a card or destroy the top card of your deck. If that card has Watery Grave, this gets Go Again. So, I will discard a yellow card from my hand, which is an ally, and all allies in the deck have Watery Grave on them. So, I get to discard, put an ally into the grave, this will deal 2 damage, and then, once I close the combat chain, this Jittery Bones enters my graveyard. And that fulfills Gravy Bones' condition, which reads, if a blue card has been put into your graveyard this turn, you may play cards with Watery Grave from your graveyard. So, now that this has entered the grave, I can now play allies from my graveyard. And I can play Uhyoung, Heart of Gold, from my graveyard. Now, normally, this is an action card, just like any other action card in Flesh and Blood. This would consume my action point, as this does not have Go Again. However, we have Compass of Sunken Depths, which reads, the first card with Watery Grave you play from your graveyard each turn gets Go Again. So, I get to play out this ally, it has Go Again, so I still have my action point. And then from here, I can do whatever I'd like. I can play more cards or I can attack with this ally. And if you have a look at the allies, it will say action, tap to attack. So, for example, I can tap this ally to attack for 3. And again, it's important to note that this action to attack does not have Go Again. So much like swinging a weapon with no Go Again, this will be the end of my turn. And then once I end my turn and I've arsenaled the card, I've put my pitch card away, all cards that are tapped will untap at the end of my turn. So Uhyoung will untap to be used again next turn if it survives. To give an example of using Gravy's hero ability, if you had a gold token on board, you can activate Gravy Bones by tapping him to destroy a gold token, which allows you to draw a card, and then discard a card into the graveyard. So this is another way to get an ally into the grave. If, for example, I already had allies in the graveyard, I can also activate Gravy Bones' ability, destroy a gold, draw a card, and instead of discarding another ally, I could discard a blue card. And this also meets the condition of a blue card entering the grave this turn, allowing you to play allies with Watery Grave from your graveyard. Remember, Gravy Bones doesn't really have a weapon. His weapon are his allies. So make sure to get them into the graveyard, put them onto the board, and swing with them to do the damage you need to win the game. Despite not having a weapon to swing with, the compass is an extremely powerful piece of equipment. The ability to be able to look at the top of your deck in Gravy Bones informs a lot of how your turns will play out. Looking at the top can help you decide what cards to block with, which cards to keep, and how you can throw back much more damage. So now that we know the fundamentals of Gravy, let's see how he plays in a real game. All right, let's do it. Should we high roll?
Yeah.
Go.
High roll.
I got a 4.
You
all right.
Got me this time.
I start. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. Draw up. And, oh, yo, this looks good. I'm gonna play Portside Exchange, which reads, discard a card, then draw a card. If a yellow card is discarded this way, create a gold token. So I'm going to discard this card, Uhyoung, Heart of Gold, which goes into my graveyard, draw a card. And because I did so, I create a gold token. Nice.
First turn gold, pretty good.
It is pretty good. This is gonna go into the grave. And what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna keep my allies to the side of the graveyard. So it's still in my graveyard, but I'm just gonna keep all my allies here so it's clear what allies I have in the graveyard. They're gonna be very important to my game plan. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Gravy Bones, which says instant. What is the symbol? It means tap. Tap to the side, and then I'm going to have to read sideways. I'm just going to read like this.
Just read it sideways. You're tapped already.
Oh no, I'm already tapped. Destroy a gold you control, then draw a card, then discard a card. So what I'm going to do is tap, destroy this gold.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw a card. Nice. And then I'm going to discard a card. I'm going to discard Rigor Mortis, another ally. So now I have 2 allies set up on the board. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate Compass of Sunken Depths, which says instant tap. And then it reads, look at the top card of your deck, which is great because I'm going to look at the top. Oh, yo, okay, that's really good.
Okay, I'll get a turn sometime.
And then I'm going to pitch 3. Yeah. I'm going to play Restless Bones. Which says, when this attacks, you may discard a card or destroy the top card of your deck. If that card has Watery Grave, this gets go again. And because I've looked at the top, I'm going to destroy this. It's another ally. This says go again.
3 allies.
3 allies in the grave. That's a good start.
All right, I'll just be defending here.
Cool.
Fan for 6.
So I want to play some of these allies from the graveyard. And how I do that is Gravy reads, if a blue card has been put into your graveyard this turn, you may play cards with Watery Grave from your graveyard. And because I have played this Portside Exchange earlier in the turn, that's the blue card that's gone to the grave. And these allies all have Watery Grave, so I can play them from my graveyard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close the chain. And then I'm going to look at my allies in the graveyard, and I'm going to play Uhyoung, Heart of Gold. And because my compass also reads, the first card with Watery Grave you play from your graveyard each turn gets go again. So I play this, and even though this card ally doesn't have go again when I play it, the compass gives it go again. So I still have 1 action point. And I'm going to attack with Uhyoung by tapping it because it says action, tap, attack. And I'm attacking for 3 damage.
Yeah, so it's like counts as a non-attack action card, but it does have an attack and it's an ally.
Yes.
All right, I'll just defend this for 3 here.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to close the chain.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to go to end my turn. So, arsenal a card. My pitch goes to the bottom of my deck, and then I will untap all my cards, including my allies, and then I will draw up 4 cards.
Sweet.
Cool, and I'll pass the turn. So we're off to a great start. I managed to set up allies in the grave, get an ally on board, and put a blue card in my arsenal. And Uhyoung is a really good ally to play on your first turn because if he clears it, I get a gold, which is really going to help smooth out my gravy turns in the future. And if he doesn't, well, he's going to start putting in a lot of work.
So Uhyoung says that when this dice create a gold token.
Yeah.
Makes it kind of annoying for me as a target to clear because I don't want to keep on giving you gold because you utilize it so well.
I love gold.
I'm just gonna go face. 0 to 60, boost, coming in for 4. Oh, crankshaft.
Okay.
If only I had a hyperdriver. 4 go again, coming at you.
Cool. So before blocks, I'm going to activate Compass of Sunken Depths. So I'm going to tap it and look at the top card of my deck. So the reason I do this is because I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my hand, and a lot of cards in this deck are affected by what's on top of my deck. So I'll simply block for 3. Take 1.
Sounds good. Now this oyster does pose a little bit of a problem for me. Do I just clear it now and give Uhyoung the gold that he needs to progress his game? Or do I try and set up myself? And you know what? I think I'm just gonna make a hyperdriver, set up hopefully for a bank breaker later on. And you know, the oyster is just a 3 attack, no go again. What's the worst that can happen? I'll just pitch these two to my hero ability, which says create a hyperdriver token with 2 steam counters. I'll just put it down here. Activate this only if you've boosted this turn. I'm not gonna crank it. I'm just gonna keep it here and arsenal, pitch, draw up.
All right. So I have some options here. I'm gonna start with Avasti, which says your next pirate ally attack this turn gets go again, and when this hits a hero, create a gold token. And because this is a blue card, it's going to go to the grave. Gravy is going to now allow me to play allies from the graveyard. I'm going to pitch 3, and then I'm going to Sawbones from
Sawbones
my graveyard. So now I have 1 floating. What a spooky guy. And because my next pirate attack gets go again, I'm going to pay 1, action, attack, tap. So normally this action wouldn't have go again, but because of Avasi, this is now 6, go again.
And it's got gold on hit, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I
love gold.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna defend with a 0 to 50, break a helm Protoss, and drive break. So break a helm Protoss says when this defends, you may discard a hyperdriver, which I'm gonna do. If you do, draw a card and this gets +1 defense. Puts it up to 6 total.
It's pretty good.
Might stop you from getting that gold.
All right, in which case, close the chain.
Sounds good.
And what I'll do is I'll play another blue card, which says loot the arsenal.
Uh-oh.
Your next pirate ally attack this turn gets, when this hits a hero, destroy a card in their arsenal. If you do, create a gold. And I'm going to attack with Oisin for 3. On hit, get a gold and destroy your arsenal.
Defend this for 3.
Cool. Sounds good. Close the chain. So I'm going to arsenal.
A well-deserved.
Pitch to the bottom, untap, and then I'm going to draw 4.
Yeah, quite the board state you got going on there. I'll play T-Bone.
Ooh.
At your Sawbones. Yeah, we boning.
All right.
Boost. Once I boost this, my hyperdriver ticks down. I don't have a choice, and I get 1 resource.
Cool. Sawbones has an ability, instant, tap. The next time you or a pirate you control would be dealt damage this turn, prevent 1 of that damage. So I'm going to tap him to prevent 1 damage. He's coming in for 3. I'm going to prevent 1 of that damage, so it becomes 2. And then because he has 2 life, he is going to die.
Okay.
So here's the first ally death. This is how pirates die in Flesh and Blood. Sawbones, because he has watery grave, this is when this is put into your graveyard from the arena, turn it face down. So this is the arena. He's about to die. He's going to go upside down into my graveyard. So
on for good.
Yeah, so the interesting thing is, for example, Rigor Mortis is face up in my graveyard, so I can play it. But because this one is upside down, he is no longer an ally. He's not a card I can play.
Something new that's kind of introduced with the Armory deck and the High Seas, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to close the chain after that. You know what? I'm going to crank and bank. I'm going to activate Max's hero ability to floating, play a hyperdriver, crank it, get my action point back, and Banksy you for 3.
Do you not wish to potentially kill Oyston and give me a gold?
No.
You sure?
You know what? You can keep your Oyston source around if he's fine. He's just chilling.
All right.
As long as you keep on playing those ones, I feel like... Actually, you have attacked me a few times with it now, so...
Yeah, you know, he's gonna stick around for your problem. All right, block for 3.
Yeah, sounds good. Your turn.
First, going to play Portside Exchange again. So this is discard a card. If a yellow card is discarded, Barnacle is yellow. He's an ally, so I want to draw a card. Because I've done that, I'm going to make a gold. Nice. That's my blue card going to the grave this turn to let me play allies. And I'm going to play a very powerful ally, Scar for a Scar. 4 damage with go again.
Damn it. Oh, no. I should have taken some damage. I'll take 4.
Nice. We got him. All right. I'm going to close this chain. And then I'm going to tap, look at the top card of my deck. Nice. All right. So I'm going to then go Jittery Bones. When this attacks, you may discard a card or destroy the top card of your deck. If that card has Watery Grave, this gets go again. Boom. And as Watery Grave, it's another ally. 4 go again.
4 go again. In that case, I'll just take it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. All right. I'm going to close this chain again and look at some of the juicy allies I have in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pay 3, I'm going to play Rigor Mortis, a very efficient beat stick, 6 power and only 1 health. This is action, pay 1. So I have 1 here, so I'm going to pay 1, tap to attack. I'm going to attack for 6, and this attack does not have go again.
Okay.
Look at all my friends.
One I definitely want to get rid of. I'll defend this for 3.
Cool.
Take 3.
Sounds good. Pitch to the bottom, untap, draw. Yours.
What I'm gonna do is expedite. It says boost, and I'm gonna boost and attack Rigor Mortis. This says, when this hits, you may put an item with cost 0/1 from your hand into the arena. First, let's get rid of these hyperdrivers. I gain 2 resource points. I'm gonna put this hyperdriver in the arena. Puffer Jacket says, non-token hyperdrivers you control enter the arena with an additional steam counter. So now I have the choice whether to crank it or not. Thanks to Max's hero ability, I will crank it. So 2, 3, then back to 2, and yeah, clear the Rigor Mortis.
Cool. So it will die because it only has 1 health, and that was an attack for 3. Go upside down into my graveyard.
Yep. And now I will jumpstart you. I'll boost that as well.
Okay, so probably going to need to block. To help me block, I want to know what card is coming up at the top of my deck. So I'm going to
get a resource from the hyperdrive as well.
Tap Compass, look at the top. Interesting. I'm going to declare no blocks.
Sounds good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have the option. Do I attack you with a Banksy or do I make another hyperdriver? I'll just use Max's hero ability, pay 2, make a hyperdriver, and pass.
Interesting. I was trying to block that Banksy, but now you have sidestepped me, good sir. So I know the top card of my deck doesn't really help me in this situation because I could, for example, action destroy this to draw this. Let's just be efficient here. I'm going to hit you with the most powerful ally of all. Pitch 2 blues.
Oh.
Battalion Bark. High Tide. If there are 2 or more blue cards in your pitch zone, this gets +2. Here is 9.
Straight up.
It's just a boat.
I love how you're just doing all this, you know, discarding, drawing cards, getting allies into your graveyard just to hit me with a big old boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you play these fancy lines. This moving of cards. You could take 9.
I could take 9.
Go to 20.
That is an option, and I am gonna do that.
Really? Oh my god, okay. All right, nice. 14 life ahead. Yep. All right, close the chain. Arsenal, pitch, untap.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with Twin Tick Charging Station. So I do have a hyperdrive in my graveyard. So it says, the next attack you boost this turn gets +3 power. You may shuffle a hyperdriver from your graveyard into your deck if you do gain a resource. So I'm gonna shuffle this in. Now I'm gonna pray to hit a hyperdrive off the top. Cut me into the good stuff, Uhyoung.
All right, here is your hyperdriver, right here.
Yeah?
Just for you.
Oh, thank you. Because I'm playing Heist.
Oh, please miss. Please miss.
So the reason I really want to hit a hyperdrive with boost is when this hits a hero, you may put an item with cost 0 or 1 from any banished zone into the arena under your control. And I currently don't have any, so boost.
Oh my god.
So let me just run you through all the triggers that are happening here.
No!
This is coming for 8. Go again, because I've boosted. Now, my drive breaks is, when does you banish a hyperdriver from boosting, remove a -1 counter from this. Fist bump says, when you banish a hyperdriver from boosting, target range you control gets +1, and I get 2 resources.
Yeah, I can't believe I actually cut you into the hyperdriver. No, it's so much value.
And the beauty of the Twin Tick is, it pumps this almighty on hit up to
Oh god, now I have to block this, otherwise you get the hyperdrive.
I can't believe Uhyoung cut me into the hyperdriver. Heist is coming in for 8, and now it has a really threatening on-hit of being able to play that hyperdriver from my banished zone. But my actual plan here is to play out my clam press, giving my Banksy +2, threatening the on-hit of putting another steam counter on my clam press. And the clam press is just such a powerful item to keep in play because it's going to continuously give my Banksy +2 power.
Okay, yeah. To help with my blocking decisions, I'm going to activate Compass. Look at the top card of my deck. That is not what I need there right now.
It's just a red. I love how it's a red hyperdriver.
Yeah. All right, here's a block for 9.
A block for 9. Beautiful. I'm going to close the chain.
All right.
That was all set up.
I'll set it up.
Yeah.
Also,
This is the actual,
you have another
actual
big attack.
plan. Clamp press.
Yep.
So
Oh no.
this says crank.
Mm-hmm.
As this enters the arena, you may remove a steam counter from it. If you do, gain an action point. This enters with 2 steam counters. At the start of your turn, destroy this unless you remove a steam counter from it. Wrenches you control get +2. So I will crank it, and that allows me to attack with Banksy. And I'm gonna attack you for 6, thanks to the trigger from Fist Bump and the clamp press itself. So this is coming in for 6. When this hits a hero, put a steam counter on an item you control with crank.
That is pretty good. Okay, but this doesn't have go again. I will just take 6.
Yeah. I'll put a counter on my clamp press,
Ow.
saving it for later.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Call to the Grave.
Ooh.
Which is search your deck for a card, put it into your graveyard, then shuffle. Go again. So, I'm going to look through my deck. Going to find a nice little friendly critter to help me out here. Because I don't have any additional cards for resources, I'm going to chuck another Uhyoung, Heart of Gold, into my graveyard.
Okay.
I'm going to shuffle my deck.
Building an Uhyoung army there.
And because Call to the Grave was a blue card, I get to play an ally from my graveyard. I'm going to play Uhyoung.
Yep.
This says go again because of my compass. And then I'm going to attack for 3.
Okay. Now I think I just want to keep this hand. Do I just want to keep this hand? I'm all gas, no brakes. I'll defend with the drive break because I'm most likely going to hit it.
Another
Top. And I'll take 2.
Excuse me. Attack reactions.
What?
I'm going to activate Breakwater Undertow.
What
It
a guy.
says, destroy this. Target pirate ally attack gets go again. When the combat chain closes, destroy the ally. So I'm going to give Uhyoung go again. He's going to untap. This is Uhyoung from the future. I have made a bit of a mistake here. That boot doesn't untap an ally. It only gives go again. At some point in the dev process, that boot also used to untap your ally and give it go again, which is why I got confused there. But what that boot actually does is it just gives the ally go again. Thankfully, in this instance, I had another Uhyoung on board. So what I should have done was simply attack with my first Uhyoung, give it go again with the boot, and then attack with the other Uhyoung. So the outcome is exactly the same, but I have kind of cheated here. Don't do what I do. Please read the card, because reading the card explains the card. So I still have an action point.
What?
So I take 2 damage.
Okay.
Sweet. And then he's going to swing again for 3.
I'm getting really low on life here. Do I give up these attacks? You know what? I'm just going to take 3.
All right.
A nice tempo play. I respect it. I respect it.
Cool.
The clamp press going. I need to keep the damage rolling.
Fair enough. I'm going to close the combat chain. And then, because the combat chain closed, Uhyoung now dies. He's going to go face down into my graveyard. And when he dies, I create a gold token. So here is a second gold token. Cool. And then I'm going to untap, end my turn.
Let's see if it was worth it, just not defending at all. So at the start of my turn, clamp press ticks down. I will start off with a jump start at you, putting a blue boost. Hyperdriver. Oh, my hyperdriver dies, and I get a resource point. Come in for 5, go again.
Cool. So when you attack, I'm going to activate Gravy Bones. Tap. So destroy a gold. Draw a card. Then discard a card. So I'm going to discard an ally here because, as we all know, allies do not block. And that is for 5. I'm also going to look at the top card of my deck now to help with blocking decisions. We don't like that. Block for 5.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll close the combat chain. I will play a hyperdriver from my arsenal for 1 resource. Puffer Jacket puts it to 4. I'll crank it, get my action point back. Attack with 0 to 60 boost. Oh, another hyperdriver. Let's go. Fist bump triggers. Drive break triggers. Let's go.
So Banksy's going to come in for 4, I believe?
6. I still have clamp.
Oh, you still have clamp press.
So I get a resource from the hyperdriver.
Man, that's going to be so hard to stop. Block for 4.
The Fiddler's Green.
Yes, so when this is put into the graveyard from anywhere, gain 3 life. And it's currently blocking, so it's still on the combat chain. But the moment the combat chain closes...
I'll close it.
Oh, yes, there you go. Goes to the graveyard, you're going to gain 3 life.
How are you going up in life and not down? This is ridiculous. Okay. I will use Max's hero ability. I'll make a hyperdriver. I will crank it, and then I'll come in with Banksy for 6.
Fair enough. No cards in hand, no blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
The on-hit triggers, I'm going to put another count on my clamp press, close the chain, arsenal, and pass.
You know what? All good. I'm gonna go Oisin. Attack for 3.
That Oisin was gonna be my demise.
Yeah.
He's
just been chilling.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna respect it a little bit. Defend with Breaker, Helm, Protoss, and this Drive Break, which has been giving me so much value here. Trigger. On this defense, discard a Hyperdriver, draw, gets +1. So defending for 2, take 1.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds good. And I end my turn.
Okay, start of my turn. This ticks down. I'm gonna start off with Rocket Boost. Hyperdriver, come on. Ooh, Crankshaft. When this is banished from boosting, put a steam counter on a Hyperdriver you control. I'll put it on... So a neat trick you can do is, this is gonna die because I just boosted, so we're gonna go to 0. But I can still potentially put a counter on it to save it and leave it in play. Instead, I'm gonna put a counter on this. So it goes to 3, then they both trigger, 2, 0, and I gain 2 resource points.
Sounds good. Yeah. So I'm gonna tap Compass, look at the top card, please. Okay, nice. I'm gonna block for 3.
Then what I'm gonna do is attack you with a zipper hit. Boost. 5, go again.
No blocks.
And now I'm gonna play Throttle.
Oh,
Boost. Another Crankshaft. Let's go.
Oh my god.
I'll put a counter on.
The value. And then the wrench comes in for 5?
Yep. But the issue I'm having is, unfortunately, I haven't cranked this turn. Yet.
I'm gonna say no blocks.
Sounds good.
Take 6.
Okay.
Pain. Yep.
Now,
please, sir.
Do you know what is the strongest card in my deck, Uhyoung? It's a Hyperdriver! I'll crank it! 4 goes to 3, and then I'll attack with Banksy. This one coming in for 5.
Okay. So if that is the case, maybe I just give myself a bit of space. So I'm gonna go block for 3. I'm gonna block with Washed Up Wave, which reads, when this defends, you may discard a card or destroy the top card of your deck. If that card has Watery Grave, this gets +2. So I'm gonna destroy the top card of my deck.
Oh.
It's an ally with Watery Grave, so this is blocking for 5.
That's all I got. Your turn.
So I'm just gonna play Loot the Hold. So this is my blue card. It says, your next pirate ally attack this turn gets, when this hits a hero, they discard a card. If they do, create a gold token. And then I'm going to pitch 3 to play Soul Bones.
Ooh,
my graveyard.
There's another Soul Bones. All right.
And then here is swinging for 6 on hit, discard a card, and give me a gold.
I will defend for 6.
Cool. Close the chain. In my turn.
All right. Start on my turn. My Clamp Press ticks down. It still sticks around for a little bit. Now, do I attack you or do I attack your allies? And I feel like this is the classic conundrum when you face a Necromancer.
I am on 14. Maybe these cards don't block.
I will attack Sawbones.
Sawbones.
For die.
Fair enough.
Oh, my Clamp Press. Okay, so this is coming for 3 go again. These 2 tick down, and I get 2 resources.
Nothing I can do about that. The Sawbones is going to die. So down. Watery Grave.
Close the chain. Activate Maxx hero ability. Make a Hyperdriver. Crank it. And I'll attack you with Banksy for 5. I'll make the most of this Clamp Press.
So I'm going to activate Compass. Look at the top card. Not what I want. Here is a block for 6.
Okay. That's all I got.
Was it your impression of swinging a wrench?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm frightened. I'm going to play Murderous Rabble, which says, when this attacks, reveal the top card of your deck. This gets +X, where X is the pitch value of the card revealed this way.
So you know what this is?
Here's blue.
It's a blue.
Going in for 3.
Yes, that's fine. I'll take 3.
Okay.
Pretty good for a blue card.
I'm going to close the chain.
Cool.
So that's my blue card that has entered the graveyard this turn. Here I really want to play out Limpet, because she is an ally with Go Again, and I really want to go wide on these turns to pressure Karol as much as possible. So I'm going to play Limpet from my graveyard.
Yeah.
With Go Again.
Strong ally, just natural Go Again.
Yeah. I'm going to pitch 3 to Go Again.
I will take 2. Getting into single digits now. This is scary.
6.
Oh.
Restless Bones. I can destroy the top card of my deck or a hand, and if I get discard a card with Water Grave, I get Go Again, but none of it around, so no Go Again, just 6.
No, I think I need to keep all my cards. Is it time to start defending? You know what, I'll just do this. I'll just defend on my Puffer Jacket.
All right.
We'll still stay around, take 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, 5 life, that's doable. Untap the bottom, draw 4.
That's right, you've got that limpet.
Mm-hmm.
My Clampress is gonna die. I'll play Twin Tick Charging Station.
Mm-hmm.
Surely I have a hyperdrive in there. Okay, so I've got a yellow, another yellow. Yellow it is. Shuffle a yellow hyperdrive in here. Gain a resource. My next boosted attack. Wow. I'm almost running out of cards. Again, Uhyoung cut me into the good stuff.
Alright, here is your hyperdrive.
I don't know how you do this. Okay, one resource,
Please, Fato.
which is perfect for this jump start.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one time. I mean, not one time, but
Second time?
boost.
Oh,
Rachel!
Rachel's pretty good.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Yep.
count it on this hyperdriver.
Mm-hmm.
Then they all tick down, and I get 3 resources.
Alright.
Perfect. And this is coming in for 8. Go again.
8.
Coming at you.
That's a lot of damage. I think I need to preserve some life here at all costs. So here's going to be a block for 6, and then a block with Tricorn of Saltwater Depth, which reads, when this defends, you may discard a card with Watery Grave. If you do, draw a card. So I'm going to discard Anchor into my graveyard, and then I'm going to draw a card. And then I'm going to take 1.
Cool. And then I'm gonna close the chain.
Okie dokie. Now, if you could stop attacking me.
Mate, I'm just getting started.
Oh no.
Construct
No.
breaker.
Yep.
There it is. So if you have a ranged weapon equipped, transform it and 3 hyperdrivers you control into Bank Breaker, then equip Bank Breaker. So this is gonna flip into a most powerful weapon. Now, I really wish I boosted that hyperdriver, but you know, it is what it is. I will attack. Here we go again.
Here we go.
Do I?
Want to clear those allies?
Do I clear the allies? Oh, by the way, Bank Breaker says twice per turn action, 1 resource attack. Activate this only if you've cranked this turn. So I need to use Maxx hyperdriver, crank it,
Alright, sounds good.
and then, you know what, I won't utilize all the Bank Breaker power. I'm just gonna clear this limpet.
Alright, fair enough. That is a spooky ally. Alright, face down.
And that is me done for the turn. So I did take a bunch of damage to get this Bank Breaker online, but now that I have it, I have a lot of options to attack Uhyoung with some attacks, potentially even clear allies, and I'm really hoping to draw my last Clampress and just push 5 overpower into 5 overpower to close this game out.
I really need the top card of my deck to be an ally, so I think we have a look at it. Please. Yes.
Oh no.
Hell yeah. So I'm going to pitch 3. I'm going to destroy this gold. Action. Pay 2. Destroy this. Draw a card. Destroy this gold. Draw a card. Now I have 1 floating here. And then I'm going to attack with a blue golden tipple, paying 1. When this attacks, you may discard a yellow card. If you do, draw a card and then create a gold token. Discard a yellow rigor mortis.
Okay.
Create a gold. Draw a card.
So, okay, I'll take 1.
Cool. I'm going to close the chain.
Yep.
So now a blue card has entered the graveyard. And then I'm going to play Limpet again. A second one.
A second limpet. Yep.
And then I'm going to pay 1 to attack for 2.
Okay. And let's go again.
With go again.
I'll take 2.
Noise. And
That's fine.
Here is
That's fine.
3.
I knew this oyster was gonna be.
The whole game. He's just been chilling, hanging out.
I'll defend.
Cool. All right. Push to the bottom. And tap.
Now it's time to pray that I hit a hyperdriver again.
1, 2, 3, 4. It's that time of the year
Is that time of the year?
when you've had your fill of gravy, and now you ask for a little Christmas present.
T-Bone, I'll attack you.
T-bone me.
Yeah. Boost.
All right.
Oh no.
I guess I'm
This
forced to.
driver.
I'm forced to block on the comments. So he has a block for 1. Take 2.
Yeah. Close the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Crankshaft. You. Boost.
For 3.
For 3.
3 damage. All right. I'm gonna activate Gravy.
Yeah.
Destroy the gold. To draw. And then I will discard Anchor. Look at all these friends just hanging out as well. Can't wait to hit the
Let's
board.
just leave them in the. So, would you like to take 3?
Oh, yes. No, actually. I'm gonna block 3.
I am going to close the chain again. Use this, make a hyperdriver, crank it. You know what? I'm gonna bank breaker you for 3 overpower. When this attacks, you may banish a card from under it. If you do, oh, I should probably banish a red hyperdriver. You know, let's get those in there. 3 overpower, go again.
Alrighty, I am going to look at the top card of my deck. Let me make decisions. Ooh, yeah, I'll take 3.
Good. And then I will bank break the limpet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I need to get rid of that.
It is a lot of damage. All right, I'm going to pitch 3.
Yeah.
Attack with Golden Tipple. Discard a yellow card. Draw a card.
Yeah.
Create a gold. It's just 1 damage.
It's just 1.
What's there to worry about?
I'll take 1.
I'm going to close the chain. That's my blue card for the turn.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play Paddle Faster. When this attacks, you may tap an ally you control. If you do, this gets go again. Go Oyston! The really nice thing about having a crew with you is that they can help you paddle faster. This Oyston has been here with me from turn 1, just putting in the work, swinging for 3 damage. Having allies on board is not only good so that they can attack, they also enable your other cards to become more powerful. Paddle faster!
No.
The little Oyston that could.
That dude's been the bane of my existence.
Are you regretting it now, Karol?
Yes.
You're regretting it now, Mr. Krabs.
I'll defend for 4.
All right, good. I'm going to close the chain, and then I'm going to look at my list of allies, all my friends in the graveyard, and then I'm just going to play a Rigor Mortis. Pay 1, and then I want to swing for 6.
There you go. 2.
Huzzah. All right. And my turn. Untap.
I unfortunately cannot do anything, and I'm going to pass the turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sounds like you're in a bit of trouble, sir. My turn. I'm going to activate Gravy. Destroy this gold. I'm going to draw. Put another limpet.
No.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Avasti. The next pirate ally attack this turn gets go again. With its hero, create a gold token. So when you leave me with allies, they're all going to dance. Here is 6 go again. Gold on hit.
That's all good. I'll just defend for 6.
All right. And then I'm going to play Limpet.
I
have 2 floating here. So I'm going to pay 1.
That is absolutely fine.
Attack for 2. On hit is death.
On hit.
Yeah.
You got me.
All right, good
game. I love how we both have like no blocks in the deck.
Yup.
Nah, that was a good game. I just knew leaving that. I didn't want to give you that gold.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think it might have cost me.
Yeah. Swung a bunch of 3s. He helped me paddle faster. He's just, just chilling.
Uhyoung, I have to say, you put an amazing fight. You summoned your undead pirate crew from the watery grave, and I didn't respect it enough. I feel like leaving that little teeny weeny Oyston on the board has ultimately cost me the game. But it shows you what one little dude can do, just kind of holding off and chipping away throughout the game. So.
Yeah, I guess even the smallest pirate ally is worth his weight in gold. One might say, Karol.
Yes. I was so worried about you getting that 1 piece of gold from it.
He swung like 20 damage that game. Yeah. He was just like swinging for free on the side. He was like helping me give my other attacks go again for like paddle fast and things like that.
Yeah, honestly, that was a great play. And just even at the end game, just, like looking at it from as a weapon, most heroes have a weapon that you can pitch to attack with, and he basically just got to chip away there for free over and over and over again. Yeah. I was hoping to summon to get my wrench set up for that final few swings. I was trying to get you low enough so I could draw that clam press and then just go bap bap, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, there's something really cool about allies is that even though they don't block while they're in their hand, once you play them out, they attack, and then also they need to be cleared, usually. So they kind of protect you in that manner where they sort of body block some of these attacks that might be coming my way. So good, they got a lot of value.
Yeah.
Swarmed you what the board said, and then
Yeah, honestly, I feel like you showed kind of mastery of the new Necromancer class, and I hope all of you out there get to your local game stores and pick up this brand new class.
Gravy Bones Armory Deck will be available at your pre-release starting from May 30th.
And the sealed and draft format for high seas is my favorite. I don't know about you, but you have to get to your local game stores for the pre-release, get amongst the action, and pick up the Armory Deck as well.
Yeah, absolutely my favorite format as well. This limited set, gonna be a banger. And the best part is, during your pre-release, your local game stores will also be able to offer draft.
So take an expedition to your local game store, and we'll see you on the next one.